right now. So look, they attack my skin. So they have my arm breaking out. Is that a little black boy? I told you they have them tucked. They got a black family here, I guess, in this small town. But anyways, or maybe he just had a bad tan. Anyways, they're complaining right now. He said they're gonna know that we put her in the darkest place, that we kept putting her in the darkest place for all these lowlifes. That's what he was yelling. Said that you were gonna know that we're putting me in the darkest place for all the lowlifes to clean up their trash. So as I passed by, I noticed that like the real decrepit house, like I just noticed that even they were even making the hoarders clean up behind attacking me. Okay, the house like over yonder, that normally like around the fall or winter, you know, I can see it. It's visible, but right now with all the greenery, it's not visible. But they were getting in on the covert attacks too. They just kind of remain not as active as others, you know. But they're the hoarders. That's the house of hoarding. They had a ridiculous display and they're it's kind of like what are those called? They're removing it, they're blocking it from my recall. They don't want me to say it, but it's not quite a driveway, but it's like something that you put the vehicle under. There's a word for that, and I know the word, but obviously just one of the things they're doing, like they have this rolling things on my face behind cutting the grass that they're using to say that there was domestic abuse. They were threading really lightly when I got up today, and just like yesterday, right before I leave, they put Robert, the elder, his ass Zoom come show up, but not showing up at my place, passing by. So what I noticed is my surveillance camera, the one in the driveway, they have it where it's not capturing none of them. So look, remember I had a temporary camera on the porch sitting on top of the AC. Last night I moved that AC, which means I put that temporary camera in the room I was in to capture them attacking me while I sleep. So that camera, when I had the temporary camera outside, it would catch everything that passed in front of my house. So that's going west on East Baker, and that's going east on East Baker. It would catch the traffic that was passing. But when they passed behind my car, there wouldn't be any triggers. These two cameras are like parallel. One is pointing directly at the driveway. I did for this type of motion sensor because it catches activity coming in from the side. It has a better position, the one in the driveway. So ideally, when a car passed, it should have been like a trigger at the driveway, and then another trigger on the other camera, or a trigger on the other camera, and then a trigger at the driveway. Should have been two triggers. Only one camera was triggering. They never captured anybody riding past my car because they were all instrumental in saying that I didn't have a vehicle. That's why he shows up right before I move my vehicle, because he's acting like he's taking me places. That's the covert op that agent is doing. And they had him out of play for a nice little minute. And what he was doing was he was attacking the vehicle and saying, like, they keep talking about him in the engine of my car. Remember last year it was the tires, but that was also associated with the house directly across the street, which was part of his lot. Now it's vacant. But last year it was the tires. This year they've been regarding him in my engine. Okay? Don't worry about it. They won't get time. They ain't got enough time to. But, thought I made with Mercedes-Benz. I actually didn't have any type of confirmation for it. But recall, I recently made an appointment too, like with the wax, and they got rid of it. Like I had screenshots of me completing the steps, just so happened. But I didn't have an email confirmation for either. So the appointment that I expected to have tomorrow at Mercedes-Benz, I don't. And they're talking about, like, pretty much I can't get in. Like, when I looked at their schedule where I can, plug in myself, because, I don't like to get on the phone with nobody. When I looked at their schedule and where I could possibly plug a date, that's in the next month, and that ain't happening. Ain't nothing going on but this murder case before my birthday. I'm not going to be living like this. I'm not going to be getting attacked like this. All this shit is about to come to a complete fucking halt. Motherfuckers are going to start dying. Okay? It's my turn. So, right now, I'm headed to the city, OKC, back to the muffler shop. They're putting this real faint smell of gas in my car. As soon as I mentioned it, it kind of went away. But, I'm going to the city. I just put that in. I can't use it. It has to stay in place for 24 hours and be unbothered. So I can't be like putting the magnet on it and removing the magnet from it until tomorrow. And this was an order I made sometime last week. It just, you know what I'm saying? Like, I wasn't even gonna be here to get the package that came today with the stuff in it. Like, I always, these days, especially the last 2-3 months for sure, I don't purchase nothing but shit I don't give a fuck about. Like, something I absolutely don't need in case I have to leave at the drop of a dime. Like, the boxes could sit on it wouldn't even matter. No wants, unless it's coming immediately. Needs. I mean, you get what I'm saying. Needs and wants, like. So he's gonna have to he's calling the male, this is a male agent, this is saying, talking about a male, he's regarding him as a her. He said, so I'm gonna have to put her out of those head spaces. And most of the time my car sits still for 3-4 days. Like, that's what they were taking advantage of. And that pickup that thing been driving that I used to could hear, I always would know when it was passing by my house. They'd have been attacking my car to even silence it. I don't hear it when it goes by. Sometimes I catch it. And ain't none of them got out of the frequency. The bitch out back, her and the truck driver, they ain't put his mini SUV back in the frequency it was supposed to be in. The motherfuckers that moved back to Shawnee, Oklahoma, Mason plus 6, that stayed across the street, Kennedy Mason, Hunter. They ain't put their car, that mini SUV back in the frequency it was supposed to be in, or the pickup. And same goes for other pickups, the Central Howard pickup, the Elder pickup at 415, none of it. They're still making advances on my Benz, which says a lot for the engineering of this vehicle. I'm just saying, all complaints aside. So yeah, this is Austin. Remember, I was just talking about how good it was. You can feel it in the excelling. So you feel it in the pedal the most. Like when you tap the pedal, the vehicle takes off. You don't have to press on it. And that's what happened as soon as I got the muffler fixed. didn't have to push on the pedal anymore. And the slot behind every touch, no matter how fucking small, it was moving. It was accelerating. A touch equal acceleration. A tap. So that's what it was riding like in Texas before they attacked it again. And that was just day one. So remember, the same day I talked about this, the same day I got to the hotel and checked in, I went to the room. I was in the room about an hour. By the time I returned to my vehicle, they had attacked it. It was both back with sound, but it's still not no issue with the acceleration right now. Since then, I'm starting to experience a slight issue. In fact, on the way back, but I figured it was the terrain mostly during the commute back from Texas to Oklahoma. I think it was I was chalking it up to the terrain, you know, the hills and slants on the route that I took, because I noticed I was literally having to press the pedal, and the pedal was almost touching the floor. But it was just all the shit they had on the road that they were attacking me behind. Anyways, they were attacking the vehicle to make sure others could pass me and everything. What else? I finished my yard yesterday after getting dogged out the day before about it, and they're trying to make this a norm. Like every time I do some work in my yard to break my skin out. So they're starting on this arm and my chest. You see a couple of spots on my face. Oh, I'm doing 55. Now, I noticed the speed limit change back there. I was making sure that I adjusted. And when I looked, I had, but I didn't know if it picked up because I just came off a hill. Donkeys. Oh no, those are cows. There's a lot of skinny cows around here. And plenty of grass. And I mean, I'm not here. I know, you know, there's not just grass. They actually need feed also. And this thing, I noticed that I've seen quite a bit of skinny cows. I'm sure they won't be that way by the time any attention gets on it. So yeah, they've been attacking me to make changes to all those things. That place where the other deputy, because remember there used to be two next door to one another, and remember the one left, and that's the one he was talking to me about. Talk about he left the town with a $600 water bill. So then I'm thinking about what they just said to me about the little black boy, about how they would decide to surface as soon as I wrote about that recently somewhere, and when I wrote about it, I said they probably got one tucked in the sticks that I don't know of. And then next thing you know that, and they were talking about how they surface as soon as I say something about them not being there, and that they had been hiding out, sabotaging me all that time, acting like it wasn't an all-white town. So back to what I was saying. I was saying that probably twice since then, but I'm saying last time I had a scheduled appointment there. While me and the former Marine were talking. Where did I think this? I think he was a former Marine, if I recall correctly. And that shouldn't be vague. Like, that just means they've made some attacks on my mind regarding the information that we exchanged. And I would have to think too much into it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would have to think back about our conversation and examine the type of things he mentioned to me and that I might have mentioned to him in order to make that clear. And I don't have time for that either. You notice I'll be trying to think about shit that is not important right now. But anyways, he didn't apply my discount after I had just established that I was eligible for a discount. So I have a credit there, and if my math was correct, it's like a $30 credit. Go ahead, go and get out. You're not paying attention. I ain't even had to stop. I'm behind a damn car that was turning. You stuck there. I'm trying to let you go, and you ain't paying attention. Anyways. Motherfuckers don't realize you hear her answer people, so they try to act like the government be painting me as a punk and be hoping that nothing like that don't happen to align me. So it'd be the smallest shit, like me going like this, you know what I'm saying, waving at somebody, that they equate to them being under the wrong impression and identify it as a attitude. And you know, like that, they often think that they can do things that they're always trying to put people under the impression that they'll be able to get away with something, and then something like that, you know, they'll have to acknowledge for some reason or another. I don't know why, but that happened at Walmart one time, like, and a whole bunch of shit started moving behind it. But that day I was caught on camera too, and I was cussing like, while I'm telling her to get over, because she's in my lane. She's turning into my lane from the road when she has 2 open lanes for her. And she got a car full of people. So, it's that dominance thing again. You know, like that not letting nobody get over on you type thing. And it's not an attitude as much as it is warranted. But they you know, they put a twist on every fucking thing. They twist everything how they want to. So they'll take something like that and amplify it and be like, she's aggressive, or she's this, or she's that. Did I already tell you I meant what I said about my panty out? That's what it did. 510. Fireworks sold here. My appetite, they've been attacking real bad. They poisoned me for no reason. Like right before I got ready to go, they lost their minds when they thought of, so check this out, appetite. They'll want me to have anything while I'm out, but I would push it to the point of starving. They don't mind me having food while I'm out. They actually want me to do that. They want me to have something quick. So, and you know they tried this claim, the steak and pot stickers I had yesterday. That's another reason why that thing is covering down. It's so weird how this greenery changes things. Like some of these houses you can't see, and then out of nowhere they're visible. So yeah, I thought to eat before I left, and And you know, like, they were poisoning me more behind it, like, to try to make me not attracted to it. But the thing is, like, I could have ate. I just didn't care to. I was more concerned with getting where I have to go because of the hour that they closed today, and me having that hour and 15-20 minute commute to them. So that's all that was. That's the only reason I'm going to stop and get something along the way. It wasn't that they ain't got the power to make me not eat my food. They can't do nothing about that. And as always and as usual, don't ever think the devil can do nothing with me. And I guess I'm tired of telling them that. They ever act like you can make me do what you want me to do. You know what I'm saying? Like you can control me. Like you can get me to do anything or not do something. Don't ever act like that. Because you can't do shit with me. Look, that's the end of this video for now. I was just trying to tell you, I didn't even get to record from the driveway, and I'm not doing a screen recorder, so I can't show you the photo that I took of him. My home surveillance, it never catches them riding behind my car. That's important. That's, if you don't take away nothing else, you need to take that away from it and understand that that's where the juju. Lying about my vehicle, lying about what type of vehicle it is, lying about who it belongs to. Everything you can, the worst things you can imagine are all taking place. All right, that's it.